What is up, everybody? It's your boy Jen and Dorcas, and welcome to the
How's it
Notorious
going?
Corner podcast, where we talk about what random shit.
Bullshit. Yeah, that's what we talk about.
We're just bullshitting, shooting the shit. So this is our little test to see, testing the waters to see if y'all would like it. We will have this actually. We'll have it on YouTube, of course, but we're also going to try and have this on Spotify as well because I have an account where we can put stuff now. Just getting my liquor because we're over 21. We're 21 and over. We can drink. This is an adult podcast where we talk about random shit and we have some stuff. But if you want to start the stuff, Dorcas, what would you like to talk about tonight?
Oh, well, I think it was playing a game today, right? And you know me, I play with my proxies a lot. You play with
Mm-hmm.
your proxies a lot. And it said in the game lobby, proxies allowed kind of thing, proxies okay. I put the same thing in every game title.
Right.
Chill bracket 3, proxies okay.
Right. We
And
always play in proxies, and it's like we have, and that's always the big problem with proxies that everybody has an issue with them. Sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not. But I mean,
mhm.
let's continue.
I ain't gonna lie, the only proxies I have are Gooner proxies, like AI generated
I will.
anime boobs on there.
I'm not gonna. We can't show up. So I can show one or two, but not that many.
See,
Look,
all mine are closed though.
the,
They're safe for work. It's just
mine are closed too,
productive posing.
except for three of them, and I enjoy playing with them. Shout out to WLP White Lotus Proxies for that. Thank y'all for letting me buy those and show those throughout our stream when we were playing Magic here and there. But talk about the game. I'm sorry,
But
we're ranting.
anyways, yeah. Anyways, we're going throughout the game, and I'm playing my Marin deck, which is half proxy, half not proxy. And the dude in there is also playing proxies, but his is like pieces of paper with the name just written on there, no picture, no nothing.
Right.
And he's sitting here complaining about my proxies.
I can't click on them.
I can't click on yours either, bud.
Right.
But his is just like a piece of like college rule notebook paper written in there in that sleeve. And he's complaining about my proxies that actually have pictures and words that you can read,
Right.
words I read to them. And I picked it up and showed it to the camera, and that guy was still throwing a fit. But that was my experience today. It was pretty fun.
Remember that one time when we did play together and we were both playing our proxy decks and this dude was like train wrecking us, but then
Mm-hmm.
he pulls out a piece of notebook paper card and played it on the field. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll never forget those.
I will never forget that one. That was hilarious. We were playing. Me and him were playing some of our proxy decks, and this dude had a mono green, or it was like Iro or something. It was like an Iro deck, and then we start playing, and he's like, "Man, I just zone out when people are playing proxies like that, and just playing proxies in general." 3 turns later, this motherfucker like literally drops a notebook paper sleeved
Mm-hmm.
card with some words written on it from his deck. He didn't just slip it in there and then play it. No, he revealed it from the top of his library and placed that bitch on the ground on there. Boy, let me tell you, I was about to just throw a fucking hissy fit, but I kept my cool. I did say that was a little fucked up, but it is what it is. Um,
Yeah.
so we had that happen, and then we had uh, what's it called? I had a night where we were playing, and I was playing Nekuzar. Everyone knows Nekuzar is bad, blah blah blah. We know that, but we had a dude who was like growing exponentially. Shadow, get away from there. Shadow, stop it. Stop it, Shadow. Stop messing with death.
Shadow, Daddy's trying to stream. Fuck off.
I have to tap her. I tapped her on the head. She because she was more worried about the fish. But we were playing, and then all of a sudden, like by like turn 5, I only had 3 cards on the field. One of them was telepathy, which pissed this dude off more than I can handle. And then I had overburden on the field. And of course, my Nekuzar deck isn't really a traditional Nekuzar deck. It's like they were trying to say that
I can attest.
Look, it's some of the generic Nekuzar, but I did add a little couple cards in there to kind of like make things funny. Show everybody's hand. Whenever a creature comes into play, you bounce a land. So I mean, it is what it is. But it never hindered everybody this entire game. It never hindered anybody. Never. The dude was just pissed off that he had to constantly show his hand. So he targeted me like 4 or 5 times. And I'm a pretty fair Magic player, or at least I try to be. Sometimes I'm not. Dorcas can contest. But
I can.
I try to be as fair as possible, at least. So when you start targeting over and over again, then make 2 comments saying that I'm going to target you throughout the game regardless of what you play, then there's something wrong with the player that is playing that way. He targeted me throughout the game, and there was another dude who was just exponentially building up. He had all the removal stuff. He had all the interaction stuff. Us two did not. The other player, he was just, yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate it. You're not going to target any of my shit. I'm just going to keep playing, keep rolling. And well, the dude wound up winning the game, and I told that dude, you know what? You're a piece of shit. You could have helped, but no. He's like, no, you're going to drain us for life. I didn't even have Nekuzar on the field. Like, I didn't have Nekuzar at all on the field. I was giving people cards. But everybody else was just like, it was just that one dude. Sad shit. If you go and play like that, you don't need to touch grass. You need to go eat it. Touching it ain't even good enough for you. You need to go eat some reality.
Big old pile of grass. Just eat it all.
Just get you some grass and just chew on that shit like some cow. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's players that are like that. You get shit hands and all that stuff and you can't pick it up. But I mean, when I'm giving you cards and you can have remove the shit that's actually doing the problem and all that. But hey, I digress. We will move on past that. I also have another rant we need to talk about. Banning tribal decks is a statement that I have seen lately. And I know some of these videos that I have seen are like kind of old because they're coming from a place of like when things were a little more rampant back then. But it's starting to pop up more where I'm seeing it lately, especially on TikTok. I saw a guy is from some YouTube channel sitting there saying, ban all slivers. Every single sliver, ban it. If it's a sliver, ban it. Why? But this dude plays Eldrazi's like in the worst possible way where it's almost CDH. If you're going to only ban one thing because you hate one tribal because you hate it, that's small-minded. Because you're playing a deck that you're playing creatures that Annihilator on it, which is way worse than Keyword Soup because you sacrifice every fucking thing when it attacks. But you can work around a lot of the keyword stuff because like austere command, all this other shit. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can do to stop a lot of that kind of shit from happening. But what was it? After that one night we played and I played my dinosaurs, and you're like, you asked for this.
I did. I told that dude. He's like, I want to play against his dinosaurs. That sounds like fun. Okay, you asked for it, bud.
How bad was it?
He stomped us.
I It was
Yep.
dinosaurs. I don't play Pantlaza because Pantlaza is very slow for what it is. It can be fast, but it's a lot slower than the my Gishath. And I saw a guy playing Magic on live. I know a lot of stuff is on TikTok now, but so I saw a live TikTok video yet today, literally today, and I had to bring this topic up. I wrote this shit down because of the banning. They got one of the guys saying ban all sliver decks. Um, he was pissed off playing. What the hell do they play now? It's not It's not Arena, but it's the Cockatrice, or it's another type of
Invoke,
digital thing where you can play the game. It's almost like Tabletop Simulator, um,
Convoke.games.
something
There's
like
that
that.
one.
Yeah, it was one of those where you can play Magic on, and it was commander. It was a commander. Well, the other player who he was playing with had a dinosaur deck and was playing Gishath, and he absolutely just bitched the whole time about it. Like, they just need to ban all dinosaurs, bro. Excuse me. You start banning tribal decks, like all the tribal decks. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna quit Magic. In all fucking honesty, I'm just gonna sell all my cards, say fuck it, and leave it alone.
Ban my Krinko. See what happens.
Right, ban all goblins. God damn it, dude. Which I know they've probably said that shit too. It's like ban all Krinko decks because they are just too strong. True, but there's ways around it, and there's a lot of interaction with cards. A lot of interaction cards now that are being printed out, like especially in the new Strixhaven set that's coming out. I mean, hell, Universes Beyond, where one statement that I love the most, that I said a long time ago, and then you had another guy say it, or you said it, and then someone got pissed off, is saying that Magic the Gathering is becoming Fortnite with all their Universes Beyond cards.
I said that.
And I am full steam ahead on that. Like, I really am, because I mean they're like, you had, let's take one of the decks that I really like playing with. I wish I still have it. It's in my toolbox, set off to the side. It's Magus Lucia Kane, and I turned it into a Hydra deck with some of the Tyranids, and it is absolutely diabolical on how you can uh, double or triple the cards coming in by copying them that many times because of Mace Lucia Kane and a couple of other cards that copy spells. Absolutely egregious, but it's the whole um, what's the thing I'm looking for? You're having to learn new actions, interactions, keywords, all this other stuff um, like Ravenous, or uh, what are like the pizza stuff that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are doing. And one of the ones that I have a little bit more of an issue with, I love Avatar, and they did a really good job with the Avatar cards, but the earth bending, air bending, fire bending, that threw me off so bad. And then the Azula, the main one is the Azula that can one shot you by like turn 3, turn 4, because of all the fire bending and all that shit. Like, it's just weird how all that comes together.
Hmm. But yeah,
And we had what's it called? Especially with interaction stuff, you can't like the split second. I like split second. I wish I had a full like split second deck,
that'd be fun.
but they don't have that many split second cards. She's bothering me right now with her little
She
snorting.
just wants the loves.
I know, she's bouncing up, she's jumping around, she's trying to interact with me right now, and I'm busy doing this. But y'all saw one of my cats, that's Shadow. She's a very sweet girl, but she is very, very clingy and annoying sometimes. But it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure my cat's just right outside the door waiting for me to come out.
Right? They always want to come out. Speaking,
Mm-hmm.
new topic. Cats. Love cats, but god damn it, they're freaking crazy. Especially orange cats. They the whole like they share one brain cell amongst all the orange cats in the world. I I'm almost behind, thoroughly convinced that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh,
But I think that's enough about magic. I think. What do you
yeah,
think?
100%. I'm pretty sure that's enough about magic. How was
Well,
your day?
it was pretty good. We had a couple of things happen. One of the engines that we put up wound up having a casting flaw in it, and so for everybody, I am an aviations mechanic and a painter, and we work on these radial engines, and back from like World War I to like early World War II, uh, when they were doing, and especially with like the ride givers and the biplanes and all that. So we had an engine that was running, and this goes on one of the radial tri engines. So it's got two engines on. It has three engines, one in the front and one on each wing. And these things are big as hell. They are big, and I didn't realize how big they were until I saw the picture of where this engine is going and what it's going on. But the problem wound up coming in through through the test run before we ship it out. It has a pinhole in it, and when you have these cylinders, they are turned clockwise from each other, like in a different rotation, and then it's like they put an O-ring in there, and then it's like 1400 psi going into it to torque it into its position. And it stays.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never move unless there is like some rare occurrence where it comes apart. I've only seen it happen once. But, getting off topic, the pinhole is from a casting flaw. And this is rare too. And when they casted it, there was an air bubble within the rocker area. So it was pouring oil out after the pressure was decompressing inside of it. So then when it sucked it all in while it was running, it turned it off. They turned it off, wait for a minute, and then the oil started pulling out of that pinhole. So I had to make a whole nother cylinder and get it blasted, put all new seats and guides in, and then paint it the two different colors instead of black and
Mm-hmm.
natural. So we had to do that. Um, I did like two sets of cylinders that we are stocking up on, and we're about to switch it over to Jacobs instead of Continental.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working that in. I'm just finishing the last set. I'm going to finish the last set tomorrow, and we're going to get started on the Jacobs stuff.
That sounds like a whole bunch of fun.
Oh, it is. It's real fun when you have to deal with all that shit constantly.
I didn't
Uh,
do much of anything today. I took my wife and got some potatoes, and then I went and got some stuff from the gas station. I came back home, played some Magic, and then my wife's like, "Hey, kids are about home," and I'm like, "What? I just started this game. What do you mean? We just got back by like 10 o'clock," and she's like, "Yeah, you've been out here since then." Magic was just making the day go by quick.
Magic does make the day go by quick. I swear. You think you're playing for like an hour, and you're playing for 4.
Yeah, but yeah, I have a buddy at work that wants me to run a D&D campaign for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told him I was going to work on it. I got something in mind, but
You should
he's new to it all.
instead of playing like regular D&D, you should if you want, you can get some. I think I can send you uh the PDF of the entire like Dark Souls booklets.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, let's get him into. You can get him into that. He'd be pissed off right then and there.
He started watching our stream.
Really?
Yeah, he watched the first Dead Soul or Dark Souls ones.
Oh, what do you think about that?
He thought it was pretty cool. He goes, "So you guys just get to respawn? That's dope."
Yeah, we
I
get to.
said, "Yeah, yeah, but when you do it about 900 times, it's not as dope as you think."
So for some clarification, so for some context, I'm running a Dark Souls 5e thing for D&D for Dark Souls, and it is still the exact same way as like the console, like the video game, but with a little D&D twist, and it's absolutely egregious. See, there's other places that they could, and look, if y'all want to watch that, y'all can watch it on our channel at the Notorious Gin on YouTube, or you can just search up Dorks and Dumbasses. And we have a playlist. We have playlists of like each chapter. Each chapter we're going through is chapter 1 is Dorks' campaign. Chapter 2 is our buddy Shade, and then chapter 3 is mine. And then we're just going to go from there. Of each is all going to be in chapters, more or less.
Good night.
And then we have some stuff that I do on the side where I'll be like playing games and shit, which I'm going to play some Visage. It's a psychological horror game in first person, and I saw some clips of it, and I can't wait to fucking play it, and I'm going to be scared out of my fucking mind every damn time.
I installed it for my wife, and she tried it. She wasn't a fan.
She wasn't a
He said it
fan?
was too. He said it was too slow for her.
It's psychological. It's a psychological horror game. It's meant to be like slow and like it's story building.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
But then again, you know from what I've told you, my wife is a big fan of the Resident Evil games
Oh
and
yeah.
the Outlast games.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know.
I'm trying to get her to play the Fear games. She won't.
Why?
Like I don't like shoot 'em ups.
Well, that makes sense. Well,
It's more horror than shoot 'em up, in my opinion.
yeah. Like no, it's the same thing as dude. What?
It's
It's
like
the
Resident Evil.
it's the same fucking thing.
It's
Hold
like
on.
Resident Evil.
Hold the fuck
I
up.
try. I tried to explain it. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. See if I can't get it installed and see if she could try it.
If you play Fear 3, hit me up. We're playing that together. I don't care.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Fear 3.
I don't care what anybody says. We're playing Fear 3 together.
I haven't played that in so long though. I haven't played it since it dropped.
I played two things of it. And I'm like, fuck, this is scary. This is actually pretty scary. Like when I started really playing horror games is when Fear came out, like the first Fear and all that shit. But I mean, Dark Souls was one of them. Well, Demon Souls was one of them, but that wasn't scary. That's not scary. That's an RPG game that's more like hack and slash.
Fantasy. It's fantasy hack and slash.
Yeah. Y'all gonna see me smoke about 3 fucking cigarettes here by the end of the night. Anyway, we got, but yeah, when Fear came out, I was hooked. But when Fear, and I'm just like, this shit is insane. Alma, my God, dude. She was always scaring the shit out of you every single time. And then and then when I saw Fear 2, the ending of Fear 2, I was like, Alma, why did you do that to me? Remember that, the ending to that?
Yeah. That was
God,
good stuff.
put a baby. Basically, she just screamed out, "Put a baby in me."
I was like 16 when Fear 3 was released, and I just bought myself a PS2, and there was a game rental store in the town that was close to us. So I went and rented Fear 3. I spent that whole weekend and played that whole game, beat it. From Friday to Sunday. I had that weekend off, mowing and all that because it was wintertime.
Yeah.
So I went and played that game all weekend. Beat it. Hated that game. But now I'm like, man, I miss playing that game. I'm gonna have to play it again.
Right, and it's. I remember when, like, they still have them, but they don't have them as much, which is the video stores. I mean, they got Redbox and all that shit, but when I had my PS1 and PS2, and then I had got the Xbox original, and that's kind of what I stayed with. I would. It was like almost every weekend. My family, my mom, my dad, and me would go to the Blockbusters and or Video USA and go get all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of movies. And they would be like, "Hey, you want to watch a movie with us?" I'm in the game section, like I want to play this one. I want to play this one. I'm gonna get this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they would watch me just rip through these games in a day.
And the one that was always rented was the Playboy Mansion game.
Yeah, it was always gone.
Mm-hmm.
It was always gone. Everyone when it came in, it would be right back the fuck out.
It was rechecked out by the same guy, and he was always the greasiest looking dude there.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Speaking of greasy, y'all. So I was, um, I was at the because since I work in aviation, I have to take drug tests every other month, and they're random. Well, this past month, we I go in and I sit down. I swear to you, I saw like the final boss of like Gooners for anime. This man was literally the final boss. He came in. He had have they like at the very top and all the way from the forehead all the way to the back to the center, completely like skin bald, shiny bald. Had the had hair through right here. That was it. That was his hair. He was this fucking big. He had a Miku t-shirt on that was a little bit should not be outside wearing. A leather jacket with buckles on it. Beard almost like yours. And wearing fucking high tops and skinny jeans. This motherfucker, I swear to God, I could see the fumes coming off this dude. He did not shower. His beard was
Yum.
greasy, the hair was greasy, and the moment I sit down and he sits down, he pulls out his phone and he is literally watching anime in the original
And sub.
VA. So for voice acting, so it was the original
Mm-hmm.
voice acting. It wasn't dubbed. It was subbed. So
It's all subbed.
it was all subbed, and he was watching that shit in the middle of this fucking uh doctor's office. Me and like me and like two other women and one dude just look at him, and he just looks up like. It's like, hold on, man. What are you watching? First of all, what are you watching? I couldn't tell because I'm not here for a second. I'm not built for second language. I'm built default. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
We're built default.
I can't watch sub because I have ADHD and I'm looking away too much. I'm looking at
I'm
my phone or I'm going to bite something, and it's like, with the power of friendship, ding dong, ding dong, dong, ding dong, we can solve everything.
but magic is heresy.
Yeah, but you look away for a split second and you don't understand anything. They're speaking gibberish.
See, my problem is when I'm watching anime and I see and I want to try. I tried it. I really did. I'm not going to say it was bad because sometimes it's really funny to watch because some of the male characters are voiced by women in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and I absolutely thought that was amazing because the original voice actor for Goku, passed away. God rest her soul. Passed away a couple years back, and I'm like, fuck. But but their new voice actor is actually okay. You can tell that there's a little bit of a tone change, but it's pretty cool. Like that they were able to find someone who actually can still do the voice pretty well. But I tried it. I was watching it. I was reading subtitles while trying to pick my eyes back up to watch the screen to see what was happening. I missed like half a fucking scene of fighting while they were villain arc telling their story while I'm trying to read it
Monologue.
and watch that at the same time. Like, I cannot do
Yeah,
this. I'm switching it back over to English so I can
it's going
watch the
back to
thing.
dub.
And it's going back to
Yep.
dub so I can watch the fucking shit that's going on. I had to rewind the entire fight scene, and I'm like, that's badass. But that wasn't. Can't believe I missed that.
So, one of my all-time favorite actresses voices one of my all-time favorite anime characters, which is Naruto. It's Miley Flanagan.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was the principal from like a bunch of Disney Channel shows, and
Yeah.
it's wild.
I'm not going to name drop because they did sign a thing. But I know I used to, back when I first started playing Magic, and they were in production with some anime, and then he wound up getting a part in Demon Slayer later on. And so I know a guy who I played Magic with on some of my old streams, voice acting one of the characters in Demon Slayer.
Heck yeah.
One time though, we're going back to Magic, and this is gonna make y'all laugh. One of my first streams when I first started playing Magic on my old account of Twitch, we had me and Shade were actually together. Like me and him were physically playing together on one table with a camera pointing down from the ceiling, and two other people showed up. Right. Well,
Yeah.
we were playing, and it was this girl that we were playing with. She started talking about some of the shit that she does on the side. She lives in California, and she does porn. Well,
Ooh,
corn.
well,
Shade just goes, "What's your name?" I want to look you up. I was like, God damn it. And that was like when the early days of OF was coming out and everything. And
yeah.
yeah, it was funny too. There was a lot of stuff coming out while that was going on. But yeah, she was like, "Yeah, I do corn," and I'm like, "You're playing Magic, you do corn. What's there not to love?"
Are you single?
I have no idea. I wasn't trying to test that theory. I was not going to test that. But we had
I know a guy. His name's Jeff.
we need to send him to a brothel, I swear to God.
Mm-hmm. When you get that boy some.
I would have go, look, we need to save up enough money to where I can drive over there, or like I can fly over to see y'all, get there, and then we take a trip all the way to the Bunny Ranch.
Jeff would die.
All the way, was it Nevada? I think Nevada is where it is.
It's in Nevada. Yeah.
Nevada. I say Nevada.
Nevada.
Nevada. I say Nevada.
It's Nevada.
And everybody's like, Nevada. It's like, what? Hold on.
You say potato, I say fuck you. It's all the same, right?
Right. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we got to get Jeff somebody. I need to send y'all that picture of the guy who literally looks like Jeff. Yeah, I swear to God, it's probably his dad. It looks just like him.
My goal in life is to find doppelgangers that look like my friends, right?
Right.
So I found Latino Brian, my best friend, and I found Black Brian. Now I'm just looking for Jeffs. I've seen a redheaded Jeff, looked identical to Jeff, just red hair.
That's wild.
Yeah, I was like, Jeff, you have a cousin that's a redhead. And he goes, no, I don't. I said, well, you have a guy that looks just like you that's redheaded. No way. I said, yeah, I see him right here in Walmart, right behind me. He goes, you're lying. So I video chatted him and pulled it up. Sure enough, he had red hair, looked just like Jeff. He goes, that guy looks nothing like me. But in my eyes, it looks identical to Jeff.
And then apparently you had a guy who looks like me but does not sound like me.
No, no.
Why don't you tell that
That's a guy
story?
at work, right?
Yeah, why don't you tell that one? That caught me off guard too. Like, hey, I thought I saw you at work, and then all of a sudden he spoke.
Yeah. It was like super high pitched and very squeaky and lispy, if you know what I mean.
Hi,
Yeah.
hey.
How you doing, hon?
Oh hell no! Let me talk in my deep voice.
Oh, call my wife.
Right.
Honey, there's the guy. He was hitting on me again.
That's you, brother. That's you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah, when he finally was able to, when he finally got his job and everything, he was telling us about the all the older trailer park women hitting on him.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
It was very fun stuff. You
One lady
said,
said, one lady said, if I wasn't married, the things I'd do to you. I said, I'm married, and this is why the things that you won't ever do to me. Because I don't want to die, and I know you don't want to die. My wife may be small, but she's evil. I taught her how to shoot a gun.
be like, I know a guy.
I know a guy.
He's a little freaky too. He wears horns sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I like my little horns. They're my little tiefling horns. If y'all are curious, I know y'all probably figured that out. No, it's not devil horns. It's tiefling horns, and I like my tiefling horns because I always play as a tiefling in anything that I do in D&D. I never play as anything other. And I always play as a sorcerer of some kind, and it's a tiefling because Infernal Pact and Hellish Rebuke, because Hellish Rebuke is amazing.
So my next character, I think, is going to be an air genasi because I've done earth, fire, water, and now just need to do air. I've done all the genasi.
Yep.
I played it as each of the genasi.
Name him Lang instead of Aang. Name him Lang.
Nah, probably Fang. Make him a rogue air genasi. Name him Fang.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he can float.
I want to make another bard character, but every song is a poem that is highly inappropriate every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I made a bartificer that was infatuated with making statues of his cloaca, giving them to people. He made one out of complete gold. He put it on the front of his
glistening,
carriage.
glistening.
Yep, and he put it on the front of his carriage.
That is ridiculous. That is so fucking ridiculous.
He was a bird folk bartificer. He's like a bard artificer. His name was Pollywunna Crackerson. He was a Dracula parrot bird folk. I don't know if you've ever seen a Dracula parrot, but they're pretty dope.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them before.
The red and black ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he was. Pollywunna Crackerson. He had to leave the adventure though because his wife made him come back home.
What was the wife name? Molly Wanda Crackerson.
No, I don't remember what the wife's name was.
That would have been a really cool name for the wife. I think that would have been a really cool name for the wife.
But
But
yeah, he was out sleeping around being a bard, and then his wife came and picked him up in front of the whole party. Right, the night before, he had just hooked up with a couple Alkin women
oh god,
and a changeling woman and a elf woman all at the same time.
boy
And the
was
next morning, his wife showed up to pick him up.
dude was beating cheeks, bro.
Yeah, and the only thing she said was, "You were supposed to be back with the birdseed weeks ago."
I don't know what you're talking about, honey. I don't know what you're talking about.
My character's response was, "I took a wrong turn. I'm coming."
That was
No
all.
birdseed whatsoever.
That was a long, long wrong turn. We had
But it was my buddy Brian as the DM, and he goes, "Well, let's roll and see if you got anybody pregnant."
Oh God.
3 of them were pregnant.
Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be a wonderful story if we ever play some like thing. Was it like future turn of events or something like that?
Hmm.
That'd be a really funny. That would be a really funny time to like after all the characters and shit do like future events of like what would happen after the fact that they done all the cool shit or done all the dumb shit.
Uh huh. I think old Giblin will just be telling us stories about it. I
Yeah.
went down into this dungeon that would never stop. It was crazy. Got my friends back. Well, a couple of them. The other ones are gone forever.
Yeah. I see every time.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I'd be like screaming out like, yeah. Like, I got all these. I got my friends back. I went and did some cool shit in a dungeon. Like, oh yeah, that's where my friends were, and they're was it or Isaki or Isaki back
Isekai.
in the dungeon. I can't get them out for some reason. Every time I pull them, they just like pull them in. They just reverberate back to wherever they were. Makes no sense, but I mean, it was really cool to watch them run, and like I told them to run as fast as possible, and they went woof from the door and then back to where they were.
Everybody knows Giblin as a crazy guy in town.
Yeah, I play as Giblin, and he's like in Dorks' campaign for the Mega Dungeon. I play as Giblin, the sorcerer. He's a tiefling as well, because the horns. But anyway, I wound up the backstory of that is I had a traumatic event. The whole I like throwing D&D into like the future sometimes. So
Hmm.
like one of our battles from the past like showed me glimpses of like future like reality, like instead of it's like breaking down the fourth wall of D&D and going into reality of our actual like world.
Hmm.
And I started talking about Slenderman, refrigerators, refrigerator knife.
We used to have a video. I don't know if it's still on the thing, but it's of his character. I made it through AI, and all he does is talk about refrigerators and how they're the best. They're always trying to steal my refrigerators. The best.
These Slendermen are trying to get my refrigerators. But the Slenderman, oh, what was it? They'll never get my refrigerators. The best. I'll have to like throw that up on our channel to show y'all
Oh yeah,
his
that'll be
little
fun.
the AI thing because I still have the video. I still have that video downloaded. I think I downloaded actually a couple times because shit was just so fucking funny.
I imagine that's what Giblin looks like too.
Well, it was kind of like how I had it because of the horns and all that stuff. I had the horns that were kind
Yeah.
of like back and like kind of pointed out. I do have the black hair, the purple skin, the green runes. So I was like, that was the character. That was literally basically the character's look-alike. Um,
He's like in an old trap house, the paint peeling on the walls.
yeah, it was literally like something out of like
Which is the thing. Giblin
downtown.
would be in an old trap house.
Yeah, for some reason, because the way I play the character is like I'm pretty stupid. Like I am smart. I can do a lot of damage, but I am absolutely cooked when it comes to mental stability. And then I wound up venturing into psionics a little bit, and I think I'm going to make a new character that's strictly psionics, but I am absolutely batshit. I want to go farther than what Giblin went through. I am just absolutely batshit. And I want to do psionics to where I am like nothing but like fucking with someone's mind, and I project what my crazy is into their mind so they can be just as crazy as I am.
I think I got another D&D campaign for after yours and Shades
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mine. So this one will be a little bit more in the future, more westerny, I'm thinking,
Mm,
but still in the Forgotten Realms.
yeah. Oh, they have a character. They actually have a homebrew character that when I was I can't remember the D&D podcast that I can't remember exactly which one it is, but they had the gunslinger, and he was like this guy that they brought in was played as an old western dead gunslinger, and I think I would be perfect for that because of the voice that I have is is southern, and I can do the twang, and that would be really fucking cool.
But you just got to get that gravel in your voice, though.
Nah, I ain't gotta get all that now.
See, it sounds better when you add that gravel.
I got the old 6-shooter, got Matilda, and then I got my long rifle, long thick thing.
Where you get like the old Festus. High
Yeah.
pitch and squeaky. Boy, I tell you what, I got that old shotgun on my hip sawed off. It's real good.
Boy, I tell you what.
Boy, I tell you.
Boy, I tell you what, down here in the Mississippi. God. We may look. You may make fun
Sound
of
like a Southern Belle. Old Southern Belle.
Oh, well, don't mind if I do, sir.
I'm gonna go grab me a drink. I'll be right back.
So while he's doing his thing, we have what's it called? We'll get on some other topics here in a second. I know we're ranting about D&D and Magic, and we said we were going to stop talking about Magic, but we're on Magic still anyway. But we have some story. We have story time at the end of it. We're going to talk about some stories. About some. Let me give me just a second. There's his Gatorade.
Always thought it'd be fun to make a sentient hat as a character for D&D.
The sorting hat.
That way there you can change up your race every time. You can land on you can be put on like an orc, or maybe you're stuck in a dragon's horde and it falls on the dragon's head and you take over the dragon's body.
Call it the sorting shiesty.
Fine.
I've been playing some Hogwarts Legacy. I love that game a lot. It's a really good game. I enjoy it. Next topic.
I didn't learn the Avada Kedavra on my good playthrough.
I did learn it. I'm always going to be a curse mage. I love the curses. I couldn't. I want to Avada Kedavra every fucking body I see. But now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the next topic. Any topic. Or the next topic. I remember you saying you had some real world stuff you wanted to talk about. Or you had some kind of...
Not like really real world.
Or it was more like current events.
Cryptids.
You said current events. So I didn't know what we would...
I did say current events and cryptids.
Which one do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the
Let's talk about cryptid.
I'll talk about cryptid. I'll tell you what, motherfucker. If I see, tell me, would you not smash a female cryptid? Yes.
Like, what are we talking? Because if we're talking Banshee, you're dead.
Don't care. She can scream in my ear as much as she won't, but I better, I'm going to cover that mouth before, at least until I finish.
Or the what is it, Slipmouth girl from Japan?
Yeah.
You ain't smashing that. I'm smashing you.
In Japan.
You're going to be calling her mommy.
In Japan, they call you her mommy. You don't smash Russia, Russia smash you. Speaking of cryptids,
you've got cryptids by you. I do know that. What is it? Skunk apes? Isn't that down by your neck of the woods?
Yeah, skunk apes. Yep, we got that. We also have look, okay, I'm from Louisiana. We have two fish that I believe are not from this world. It's the alligator it's the gar, alligator gar.
Mm-hmm.
And the sturgeons. The sturgeons are weird. Spade shoveled nose, but their entire body is covered in spikes. Ain't gonna lie, I want to get some I want to go fishing and get some sturgeons again, just so I can skin them, get their scales, and I want to make sturgeon spiked gauntlets, real life sturgeon spiked gauntlets.
That'd be sick.
That would be so fucking sick.
Hmm.
Like if I just can get like a fuck ton of sturgeons, get all of their steal all of their scales and like repurpose them, like clean them, repurpose them into like armor, like leather armor. I would
Yeah.
literally just start walking around in sturgeon scaled like like leathers. That would be so
Sturgeon
fucking
scale mail.
yeah. That would be so
Yeah,
sick.
that'd be sick. That would
I
be sick.
I was sitting there playing Pokemon Go while looking like a fucking like druid, like some druid or some shit.
Got a gator skin chest piece.
Yeah, gators like the back of a gator skin.
No, 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 like a cape. The head runs up and over your head, and it's like a whole skull piece.
That would be cool.
You open your mouth, and the whole mouth just.
That would be a little hard to do. I think we'd have to
It'd
keep
be
it open.
sick.
It would be sick. We'd have to keep it open though, because that's a lot of weight behind
Yeah.
those snouts. But yeah, let's talk about some cryptids. There was actually a game. I'm not trying to hijack your thing. I do
Oh,
want
you're
to.
good. You're good, buddy.
There's a game called The Shore. It's on Steam, and I actually got to play it before my old computer crashed. It is a Cthulhu style game where you're actually trying to leave an island that is ran rampant by cryptids, and then you also have to like deal with actual Cthulhu at the end of the game and all that. It's a really fun game. I highly suggest it. It's called The Shore, and you get to fight cryptids in there, or you got to lead, like it's a story game that's based off of like it's horror cryptid style Cthulhian lore. I think
HP Lovecraft
Lovecraftian,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
Lovecraft. It was a Lovecraftian lore. It had a bunch of the stuff from actual like the books from Lovecraft. So it's got a lot of those detailed monsters in it and everything. I think y'all would like that. If y'all like any type of horror game with cryptids, it would be that
So
one.
last week, the wife and I we went to Sam Club. You know what that is, right? Kind of like Walmart.
Everybody knows Sam's Club, bro.
Not sponsored. Love to be, but not sponsored. Just a fan. Um. Anyways, we were there, and they have these H.P. Lovecraft books, or it's a book, and they have the Grimm Fairy Tales. It's like a whole set, but it's like real fancy looking old style books with the uh, gold leaf paper
Yeah,
on the outside, and it's got like the whole spine binding and all that. It looks nice. It looks sick. And I was like, oh, I really want to get one of these. This would look nice on your bookshelf. My wife, and she's like, well, let's wait and see if they're still here next time. I haven't seen them since. Oh, it pissed me off.
that's why'd it piss you
They were
off?
out because they didn't have them again.
Mm,
I can't find them on Amazon either
yeah,
for the
yeah,
price that it was at Sam's.
right.
It was only $20 there. It's like $30 on Amazon. I'm like, I ain't spending $10 extra when I can get it $20 there. But anyways, back to cryptids. What are your thoughts on Bigfoot?
Oh my God, here we go.
So my late uncle, never afraid of anything in his life. That's the one thing he feared the most was Bigfoot. He swears up and down one lived in his back lot or his backyard, which was like a forest,
Right.
and or a wooded area. And the only reason he says that is because he'd always have bonfires out there, and he would hear what sounded like a kid giggling out in the woods. And he said, usually when I heard the giggling, I'd just stand up, walk my butt back up to the house, go in the house, lock the door, hop in bed, and I'd wake up the next morning and make sure nothing was stolen. He goes, I'm a tough dude, but when you're sitting out there at night, it's at a night, no light in the sky, nothing, and you're just sitting in front of a fire and you hear a little kid giggle behind you, you're gonna get up and go.
Yeah, no
You ain't
shit.
gonna stick around and let that happen. And he was
Hell
telling
no.
me about it because he thought it was his daughter out there giggling, and he goes, "I thought I told you go inside." and he didn't hear an answer back. So he walks up to the house, and his daughter's in bed asleep. So he's like, "Yeah, that fire will be fine by itself. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, no
I've had
shit.
enough of tonight."
Yeah. Okay. I got you. I got a couple of stories. I got two stories. We'll go with the first one. So back in the day when I went hunting with my family, uh, I was still a little young, and we were doing stand checks. So we were moving
Hmm.
our stands back and forth, and it was still a little too late for that, and we were getting up into the climbing stands. Well, my dad's brother, two instances with my dad's brother. So, and I was there for the last one. I swear up and down, this thing was unholy, and I don't know why it sounded like it did, but it wasn't an animal. It couldn't have been an animal. Any animal that we've hunted out there back then, it could not have sounded like that. It was some kind of shrill, like guttural scream, and the first instance that this happened was my dad's brother was doing his climbing stand, and this was in the middle of the night because we were out there for God knows how long, and he was finishing it up because he had it set up and he was latching it down and all that stuff. And he
Hmm.
wanted to see how far he could get up there before he climbed back down and latched it and put it and like left it there. So he got up pretty high. He was probably about roughly, I want to say about 10 foot,
Hmm.
about that size or about that length of the tree.
Yeah,
He stopped and he
I'm
turned.
listening.
He stopped, turned around, and he sat down. And this is him telling the story. So he turns around, sits down, and he takes a breather. And he thought, and when he took a breath, he saw like the heat of fog coming from the side of his head, and then another breath while another breath was being taken, and it exhaled out, and that's where all that heat from that breath came from. He turned around and he said he saw something like pitch black behind him with some type of like color in the eyes, and it stood about 10 feet to 11 feet tall, and he screams to the top of his lungs, and that thing turns around and bolts, and it sounded like somebody running through the trees. He jumps from the stand and then hauls ass. Now, the second story. There was a time where all three of us were doing another stand check. We were getting all of our stands ready, and we were throwing out salt licks. It was about around 8 to 9 o'clock at night when we were finally done. It was me, my dad, and his brother, and behind us or in front of us was one of our cousins.
Yeah,
So we're walking, and my dad's brother has both of his flashlights with him, so he's like sitting here like looking. After that incident, he was paranoid of the woods of that in that area, so he was sitting
I
there.
don't blame him.
He's sitting there looking and all this shit and everything. We had little time. Me, my dad, and our cousin had tiny little flashlights, just sitting there running, walking, talking, and all of a sudden,
Your uncle's running with daylight in his hands.
yeah, he we actually all started running at this point because whatever was behind us, uh, it it was some kind of guttural scream. I'm not going to try and replicate it because I don't know if I could, but it was very, very close, and it was behind us. We didn't look back. The first person who ran was my dad's brother. All you could see, because we were shocked for a second. We stood there for a second, frozen. He didn't freeze. All you could see in front of us was this man with two flashlights doing this shit. You saw beams of light going everywhere, up and down, and then we finally snapped to it, and then all three of us booked it behind him. He was so far ahead of us by the time we finally realized that we need to start running. Something was out in those woods, and here's the thing. The place is called Rodney. It's Rodney, Mississippi. It has some stories behind that place. Like it was during like the Civil War. There's the famous cannonball that sticks into the church from when the ships were running through the river. During like the Confederate War and all that stuff and everything, Civil War. So they have the cannonball stuck there. There's actually, if you look back, if you ever actually take a trip there and you look behind the church, you go up the hill a couple of good ways. There's used to be I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be a cemetery there, and a lot of the ground kind of collapsed there and kind of like dipped into a ravine. Well, some of the caskets actually fell into that ravine, and some of them are sticking out of the ground from outside of where they're buried. So that kind of, like, I can imagine shit like that happening, because even when we were in the woods and we stayed in the cabin there to the point where we transferred into the town and stayed on like little little like camper plots that people made.
Yeah.
There was something wrong with that town and those woods. There was something there. Me and some friends, actually, there was this. So back in the day, there was this little bar. I'm talking. It was a very small. It was like maybe two of your shops big, like the inside of your shop. It was like two of those big.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bar, and it was locked up. Like, it was completely locked down. So one day we were like, you know what? No one's in there. It's overgrown. Why don't we cut through some of the trees and shit and break in? See something cool shit. We finally break into this place, and I'm like, I've seen this stuff before. Now, with some context of seeing this stuff before, my mom is weird. I don't talk to my mom very much. Well, not at all. She has witchcraft books and all this stuff, and I kind of recognize some of the shit from looking at some of the books and all that when I was little. And I recognize some of the stuff, or I can at least kind of depict of what it was. There was etchings all over the walls in this place. And we found like old books of like where people have come in and all that shit, or like they written down like stuff that's been brought in and out. There was actually a stripper pole. There's a literal stripper pole right there. And then there was like a little pool table, but there was like markings all over the walls next to that. I literally saw a pentagram on the fucking ceiling. Like, it was a literal pentagram on the ceiling. And there was another room that we could not get into because it was locked from the inside. Like, the door handle moved. Like, you can turn the door handle, and if the door handle wasn't locked, it was locked from the inside by like something else. And we could not break that door or get into it. And when we finally started getting close to getting to crack open it, or like a crack in the door, I don't know what the fuck it was, but I swear to God, something like passed through us, and it freaked all of us out at the exact same time, and we bolted. We were gone from that place. We were sweating from when that shit happened. We were sweating bullets, all of us, and we ran out of that building, shut the door, and left, and never spoke of that shit again.
Until today.
I've told a couple people about that, but yeah, today I'm saying it online.
So, back when I was younger, I had this girlfriend. She always said she wasn't scared of nothing. So I told her there was a haunted house outside of town we was gonna go check out. It was an old abandoned house, out in the farm area. So I took her out there. Well, what she didn't know is I had my cousins, my first cousin and my third cousin, beat us out there just to like set up and scare, and a buddy of mine. Well, we get out there and we're walking up to the house and we see like a light flash in the window. And I was like, oh, those idiots, they're going to get us busted. This ain't going to be scary at all. We go inside and we're walking through this house, which has been completely like gutted. There's nothing in the house. Everything has been stolen out of there and everything. There's like old family pictures that was left there and tables and couches and beds and stuff like that. It's all been
Right.
stolen out of there. Well, we're walking through and you have to pass this doorway. Well, the doorway leads upstairs. Well, as we're walking past the doorway, this bowling ball just comes flying down at us. And it puts a hole in the wall and goes through into the next bedroom. When it went into the next bedroom, or when it went through the wall into the bedroom, we heard what sounded like somebody running. So I go in there with my flashlight and look, there's nobody in there. I was like, well, how the heck did they get down here so fast? Maybe one of them's upstairs, the other one's downstairs. So I'm going through this whole downstairs. I'm not finding nobody. I decided to go look upstairs. There's nobody upstairs. There's nothing upstairs. So I was like, well, how the heck did they get past us? Well, we went out to the barn, and it has a big old hay loft in it. Well, the whole floor is just nothing but straw that had been exploded, torn out and just thrown all over the ground.
Right.
The scariest part out there was my cousin Jacob comes swinging out of the rafters on this old rickety rope through the hay and lands right in front of us screaming. He goes, don't touch the hay. It's infested. And I shine my flashlight down, and there's like millions of mice just, it looks like the hay's boiling.
Oh God.
They're just moving underneath that hay. And I was like, yeah, don't touch that hay. And we're already in the hay, but they weren't near us. They were all running away from us. So that's why the hay looked like it was moving. We all get in my car and go back into town. We get back into town, and my cousin and his buddy sitting there. I was like, how'd you guys beat us back? He goes, dude, we never went out there. We heard weird noises in the house. We dropped Jacob off, and we just turned around and left. I'm like, real funny, dude. Real funny. He goes, no, seriously, we've been here the whole time. And Jacob's like, yeah, they dropped me off, went in the house, came right back out, said we're going to head back into town, and left me. They left him out there, the haunted house, by himself.
Until y'all got
So
there.
she was shitting her pants because of the bowling ball thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was them. Turns out they never went out there. So the next day, me and my cousin Jacob went back out there and looked inside the house where there's daylight. It was upstairs was like pitch black, like no sun was getting in, but there was windows. You couldn't see nothing up there. So we took our flashlights. We had our flashlights with us, and we're looking around. And on the upstairs main bedroom floor, there was a red pentagram painted on the floor with candles that were still burning on it. I'm like, I think there was a couple meth heads out here doing some weird stuff last night.
Had to. We had So back when I was going to college, we got like maybe two stories left before we have to before we have to end the podcast in the cast. But I have like this is our story time. So back when I was in college, we knew this guy who lived on the river back in Louisiana, and then I went to college in Mississippi, and I couldn't stay in the dorms in that year. So we got a camper, moved it out to that guy's house behind him, and he let me stay there. And as long as I like mowed the grass and keep the leaves off the ground and all that stuff, and kind of help him with the gardening and shit, I could stay there for free. So I did. Well, one night I decided to get a little drunk, and I had a girl come over to the house, or come over to the with the camper with me, and she was a girl from school. We had a bonfire out there, and so everywhere Everywhere I've been that has some weird shit go on, it's in the fucking woods. So we're out in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
the suburb area that is covered in woods. Everywhere was woods. Well, so fire right here, camper right here, fire right here. Our back is facing the woods. And now you get that feeling sometimes where there's something there. There's something watching you, and you know you get that
Mm-hmm.
feeling. Well, me and her were drinking and talking, and I felt something on the back of my neck telling me somebody is watching us. We were quiet. We paused for a minute to get a drink, and then I heard it. I heard something doing this. Somebody talking to somebody else in the woods. She looked at me, I looked at her, and I turned around and looked back, and I pulled my pistol out to look, and I was like, "Hello? Somebody out there?" Nothing. I turned back around, and we kind of looked at each other and was like, we kind of sat back down, tried to relax a little bit, and then all of a sudden, it got louder. It literally, we were only like maybe 4 or 5 feet away from like the edge of where like this thicket was. It
Mm-hmm.
sounded like it was coming directly from that thicket where you couldn't see past the where you couldn't see where the tree through the woods and through those trees.
Yeah.
We dropped everything, threw everything into the bonfire, and left. We went into to the house or into the camper. As we were getting into the camper, we heard something scream. We heard a girl screaming to the top of her lungs. It was very quick, very loud, and then all of a sudden, everything. There was no birds. There was no crickets. There was nothing. There was not an animal or insect making a noise after that scream.
And you know when that happens, when all wildlife just ceases to make sound, that's when something's about to happen.
She told me, I want to go back to the dorm. I want to go back to the dorm right fucking now. Please take me back. I was like, yes, okay. So I take her back. It's like a 30-minute drive. So it was an hour to get there and back. And when I got back, I was still a little drunk. So I drank a little bit more. I have my pistol on my countertop waiting to see if anything happens. Again, an hour has passed by. I still couldn't hear a fucking sound. The only thing that was going on was my TV. So, I turned the TV off. I'm drunk. I'm good. I laid down. It was like maybe 2:40, 2:45 in the morning. I immediately wake up like something is like I'm laying flat on the bed under the covers. The covers are steel, like they're flat on me,
Mm-hmm.
bruh. You know how in movies, like when you see something come up from the sheets and it's like just a
Yeah.
okay. Well, something. I look down at my feet, and it's in between my fucking legs. Something rose up through there, and I'm drunk. I'm delirious, and I look at it, and I'm like, "The hell is that?" And I put my hand on top of it, and I felt something solid, and then I pushed, and it went down immediately, and the whole covers just kind of waved. I knew right in there something was wrong. I woke up, like I immediately jolted myself together to wake up. I flung the covers off. There's nothing there. I get down, and this is one of those big campers too. So the bed is on top, where it's like the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
the big like
Mm-hmm.
trailer hitch
Fifth
camp.
wheel.
Yeah, it was a big fifth wheel. So the bed was on top. The master bedroom was on top, and I had to walk down the stairs. I went downstairs, grabbed my pistol, turned around, and there was there was somebody dead. It was some little girl dead sitting on top of my steps where my bed was, and it screamed at me. I freaked out, and I wound up hitting my cabinet, or the countertop where the stove was, and I passed out, and I still have that scar right here where I hit that thing. It hit right on
And you moved the
my eyebrow.
next day.
And like the next day, well, I woke up the next day, uh, I had to go to school. I didn't go to school that day. I I was looking around. I went into the woods where those fucking where something was talking. I looked it through there. I looked everywhere, and I never had that experience ever again. Nothing happened after that night. But I swear to God, I told the people that at that school, I want into a dorm room now. I don't care what it takes. Get me into a room now. A month later, they finally got me into a damn room.
Yeah, I couldn't be doing that. Mm-mm. Wake up, see some little pale, dead ghost girl sitting at the top of the steps. If I had a pistol in hand, that ghost would have caught all them rounds.
Like it screamed at me, and I freaked out and like fell backwards, but my head smacked into that damn countertop, and I passed out. I didn't fire a round off, nothing. But it was so fucking vivid. Like I could see her skin was completely dried, and like there was dirt on her. She was dried up, and like she was wearing, like those, like the kids, like the girls' blouses that they would sleep in back in the day, like in the like
Mm-hmm.
the
A
fit,
nightgown.
yeah, like that nightgown blouse. That's what
Mm-hmm.
she was wearing. Other than that, I can't remember anything else. I don't remember what happened. I don't know what happened after that. I just know she screamed it. I saw her. She screamed at me, and then I passed out.
Oh, I got a goose skin.
I, bro,
Goose pimples from that one.
I, bro, man, I got another one for you. Back in the day, back when I was living in Alabama, we lived on an Indian mound. Like we lived right on an Indian mound. Uh, and there was a farm. There was a farm over on one side, and right next to my trailer house, my bedroom had this really big like like that 3 window thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I
A
had
bay
that.
window.
Yeah, I had that big bay window in my bedroom, and I could see outside where there was another area. There was another land, and then across from there was a house, and then up the hill a little bit there was another house, which was one of my mom's friends, and her kid and all that. They stayed there. So one night, it was me and my buddy who did the dirt track that I helped do the dirt track races with. We were playing some Devil May Cry. It was Devil May Cry 3 back on the PlayStation 2. And we were taking turns through the levels, and then we heard something. We could hear drums. Like we heard a drum going doo, 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 doo. Like some shit from Jumanji.
Yeah.
And we're looking out the window, and we can't see anything because of the TV, the light from the TV, and everything in my bedroom bedroom light. So we turn everything off, and we look outside. So in this field, I'm talking grass, like roughly about 4 to 5 feet tall, because it's never been cut. There's some old grass there and all that shit, and it was like about 4 or 5 feet tall. And where the house was on the other side, going up the driveway to the other house, there was a street light. We had a street light on our side, which is on the very end, on the other side of the property, and then that street light was all the way on the other side of that property into that house. Well, in that light, we saw what looked like a little kid or some shit bouncing up and down outside of out inside of the in the grass. So we run out. We're like, holy shit, is that the neighbor's kid? We thought the neighbor's kid was out.
Yeah.
So we run outside with flashlights and we're going out to find him and we're calling his name out and everything. We get maybe, like, we get to the edge of the grass. We're kind of freaking out because we heard drums. And then we saw that and we thought it was the kid. And we step into the grass like immediately, because if we cut the grass at a fine line, so it's just a wall. So we push some of that out of the way and we're walking in. We heard some kid giggling right in front of our face.
Yep.
We dropped the flashlights, run back inside. We didn't go outside anymore after that night. So, after that incident, there was 2 more incidences before we moved. We could not stay there because something was there. So, the first incident, we were doing demolition and reconstruction on my bedroom. So, I had to sleep in the living room because we were tearing it down. We were making it look pretty. And we were doing some new stuff to the bathroom of mine too, because I had a bathroom right next to the bedroom down the hallway. So I stayed in the living room for a couple of nights. And my mom's ex-fiance was out in Birmingham, and he was doing like some work out there for some guys, and he had to travel back and forth. So that night, my mom was still awake. She was watching, like, we had a little DVD player. You know those little, like, tiny DVD players with a little screen you can flop out back then? Well, she had one of those. She was watching TV. She was watching
I
her
have one of
movie.
those for my kids.
Yeah, she was watching that. She was watching a movie, and she said out the corner of her eye where the door is, she saw someone my height reach their hands on the other side, through the frame of the doorway, peek their head out, and then go back inside. She calls my name, and it does it again and whips back out. Like, it was just quick, like quick glances. She freaks out and she tries to get her pistol. She tries to get her pistol. She had a little 22 on the other side of the bed, and she couldn't get to it. And then she called my name again, and she jumps out of the bed when I don't answer. She thought I was playing with her. She thought I was messing with her and trying to scare her. And this is like 12 o'clock at night. She comes into the living room and slaps me across the face to wake up. And you can tell I was not faking. I was like, what? What's that? What's wrong? She immediately grabbed me, told me, "Come on, get up right now," and then drags me to her bedroom, and then sits there and says, "Watch that door, please watch that door." She runs around, grabs her pistol, and then runs back to her side of the bed, and then sits there, covers up, and then has that gun sitting there doing this. She finally told me what happened when that morning hit, because we finally fell asleep. She told me what happened, and then I told her about the incident that we had that me and my buddy was when my buddy was staying with us that night. So we were planning on moving after that anyway. We were going to move to Colorado, but we wanted to move earlier than that because of that incident. What sealed the deal, because the other people, our neighbors, also moved away. That was on top of the hill that has the kid. They moved 2 days after this incident. We were outside mowing grass, and it was me, my mom, and the neighbor's brother, and we were all cutting the grass and all that stuff. We were going to pay him for doing his part. The woman is running out the door, screaming our name. "Please help, please come help, please come help, please come help." And there's something wrong with the kid. There's something wrong with my son. I'm not going to say the name. So there was something wrong with my son. There's something wrong with my son. He's screaming to the top of his lungs, and we don't know what's going on. So Me and her brother was the first ones to get up the hill. My mom was trying to grab her shoes and everything and run up after us. We get in first. What I saw baffles me because he was on his bed in the corner because there's the door right here, bed over here, and it's pushed against the wall, and all of his little like toy stuff over here and here and here. We come in, he is on that furthest corner, crying and screaming, "Get these dogs away from me! Get these dogs away from me! Get them away!" And he is crying. And we're like, "Where? We're moving through. We're moving to him. Like, where?" He's like, "They're right there. They're right on you." We finally calmed him down after like an hour or two of him like being frantic. We were about to take him to the hospital because we didn't know what was wrong. We finally calmed him down and we asked him what he saw. He said he saw dogs with their faces are torn apart. And they were growling, they were barking at him. Now, I know kids are susceptible to a lot of stuff. If you believe in that stuff, which I thoroughly do, kids are susceptible to that stuff and they can see things that we can't sometimes, especially when they're young. Now, I can vouch for that because we've seen stuff, I've heard stuff in personal experiences, I've seen it and heard it. I believed him. And we all did. Because the exact same night that happened, because we found out the next morning they were packing their bag, they were packing everything and leaving. They were going to the girl's parents' house. That night, they were asleep. They told us they were asleep. The girl wakes up. And their bathroom door is like right here. Their bed is right here, bathroom door right here. They had a TV stand right here. And then this side right here was the opening to their bedroom into the living room. She says she wakes up, looks, and she sees a man, a black figured man, walking from the door all the way to the bedroom, turning, and he raises his arms, waves, and then turns around and walks into that bathroom where it is pitch black. And he disappears. And she's like, hey. Calls her boyfriend's name. And then she turns around and puts her hand on him. And as soon as she felt him, she says she woke up and started shaking him violently, saying, "Get the fuck up right now." And turned on the light, the lamp next to her. It illuminates that area of the bedroom and bathroom. There was nothing there. He gets up, he looks inside, he throws the curtain back, everything. He's like, "There's nothing here. I don't see nothing here." She told us what happened that night. They were packing their bags and they fucking left the next day. There was nothing in that house left.
That'd be all it would take for me too. I'd be like, "See y'all later."
Right. When you see something, a black figure, and it turns, waves at you, and then walks back into darkness, pitch black darkness, and leaves. No, son, I ain't doing that. Nope.
Well, I've had a couple of those experiences. I was sitting on the couch in my mom's house watching TV with my stepdad one day. It was some stupid crap we were watching, and we were just sitting there talking, and they have French doors on their bedroom, right?
Right.
Both of them were wide open. It was a nice, beautiful day outside. Wind was blowing through the house, and we're sitting there watching the show, and out of the corner of our eyes, we see this lady in a white dress walk through his bedroom over towards his bed. And we both look at each other and I go, "Did you see that?" He goes, "Yep, I think it's a good time to go outside and find something to do." I said, "I agree with you." He shuts off the TV. We get up, we walked outside, and that's how we are still alive to this day.
Like, man, there was just so much weird shit that happened over it. Like that. back in Alabama, back in Alabama, that was one of like the worst things that I came in close contact with when it comes to stuff like that in the supernatural. Now, when it comes to Natchez, I've seen some stuff too, but in the two places, that place in Alabama and the woods in Mississippi, over in Rodney, were the two major places where I saw and felt the most danger. And I swear, if we stayed there, we would have died. Like I felt like we would have been killed. I don't know why, but I had a gut feeling something would have killed us if we stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter what, the stuff got especially in Alabama, the stuff got like more and more frequent, and it was just insane. It was just insane. Like there was times that we couldn't even sleep at night because we would hear people talking near our door, and we would open the door and no one's there. It's like, nope, time to leave.
So when I was a kid, we moved into a house in the old town that I lived in, and we just got moved in that day. Had the beds and getting the TV set up upstairs for me and my brothers and my sisters and all that. And you know those old square light covers that you had to screw on? Always a
Yeah,
pain in the butt. Always bug catchers is what I call them. But we had one of those sitting on my dresser. And we're watching TV with my dad, and we're all just sitting there having a good time watching, like, I think it was like Family Guy or something. And all of a sudden, the TV turns to a channel we don't have. Nobody was touching the remote, nothing. And we heard talking through the TV. It was like channel one is what it switched to, which was a snow channel. You know, there was nothing on TV
yeah,
but
it's
snow.
white noise. Yeah.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, the TV gets real loud. Like the volume goes all the way up to max, and all you hear is, "Get out." And that glass light cover just shatters on my dresser. Nobody touched it or nothing. And my dad gets up and goes, "Well, good night, boys." Goes downstairs, shuts the light off, and just keeps on moving downstairs. I was like, "Thanks, Dad."
Appreciate it, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, asshole. Well, it was a few months after that. My aunt Shelly's like, "Well, I wanna take my nieces and nephews and let them come up here and stay the night. I got a movie for all of us to watch." And my dad's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So we all go up to my aunt's house, stay the night. Do you remember the movie The Others?
Yeah,
It had
yeah,
like Nicole Kidman, and she had the two kids that were allergic to the sun.
yeah,
Turns out they were dead the whole time.
yeah.
Well, Aunt Shelley didn't know it was a horror movie. She just thought it was about kids that were allergic to the sun. And she was going to teach us a lesson about staying inside when we were told to. And no, it turns out it was a ghost story. And she's like, "Woo, that movie was a lot spookier than I thought it was gonna be." And I was like, "Yeah, that was scary. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep. Can we watch some cartoons?" And she goes, "Nope, it's bedtime. Oh, by the way, my house is haunted. Good night." And she shuts off the TV, the lights, and everything. It's pitch black in there. I was like, I don't know, 8 at the time, maybe a little older. I was freaking out that whole night. And of course, I was seeing things because my aunt said her house was haunted. So I'm seeing little orbs floating around. I'm like, "Oh, great." She goes, "Don't worry, the orbs are the friendly ones. It's the black shadow people you got to watch out for."
Don't you love
Oh,
crazy
thanks, Aunt
grandparents?
Shell.
Don't you love crazy aunts?
Love that one with all my heart. She's a wild aunt, let me tell you. I had
Oh
this
yeah.
girl in junior high write me a note telling me she wanted to make out with me. Well, I showed it to my aunt, and I was sitting there talking to her about it. I was like, "I've never made out with a girl, Aunt Shell." And she's like, "Come here, I'll teach you." I was like, "No, I'm good." She's like, "Oh, come on, just let me make out with you." I was like, "No, I'm good, Aunt Shell." And she's like, "Let me teach you how to make out." I was like, "No." It turned into a chase across the yard. But by the
There's
end of that year, my aunt says I was the best French kisser in Kansas. I'm kidding. I never kissed my aunt
welcome to Kansas,
with
everybody.
tongue. I never kissed my aunt with tongue.
Oh God. Well, we're gonna
Only
end
my
that.
uncle.
We're gonna end that. We're gonna end that here. Fucking Christ. This has been. God damn it. This has been an interesting night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This was a playtest of how we were going. Well, this is going to be episode 1, but this is our playtest of the Notorious Corner podcast, and we hope you enjoyed it. We when we put it up on YouTube tomorrow or the next day when I look and see and review it, see if we're gonna have TOS. which we probably will. We probably won't. Who knows? But yeah, it's been fun. I enjoy talking to you, buddy. Yeah, I enjoy. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to us rant and rave about some stuff. We'll have some more stuff. We'll have some more talking points other than Magic. This is just us shooting shit. But you want to do every Monday or do you want to ever do every Tuesday?
Let's go every Tuesday.
All
Monday's
right.
usually Magic night.
Yeah. All right. So every Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, we're going to have us a podcast session where we're just sitting there talking, shooting shit. We're going to have this up on YouTube, of course, for at the Notorious Gin on YouTube. Of course, you have us here on Twitch, but I think we're going to have once I get everything set up, we're going to have everything on Spotify, which will be the Notorious Corner podcast on Spotify. So again, thank y'all very much. We appreciate it. And if you have some notes or anything, DM us on YouTube or Twitch. Send us a whisper on Twitch. I'll see it. Send us a DM on YouTube. I'll see it. And see if you got some notes. Like teach us some stuff. We need, or if you want to hear something else that you think that we would want to talk about, or like if you want our opinion on it. We don't do political stuff. We're not here about that. We are here to have fun. But other than that, you take it easy, everybody. And this has been your host, Jen and Dorcas.
That's me.